All right, a border is wide open, as we've discussed. Solution, I think, is to close the border. That's not brain surgery. Anyway, joining us to talk about this is the great Florida Congressman Byron Donalds. Byron, thank you for coming on. You know, it's an interesting angle. Former President Trump, giving a speech in Dubuque, Iowa, says he'll carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in American history if elected. And Byron, what makes this even more interesting, historically, he is citing President Eisenhower, and it was called the Eisenhower model. And I riffed on it. They had something called Operation Wetback. You couldn't get away with that kind of name today. But it had the same thing. The attorney, we quoted the Attorney General, Herb Brownell, and so forth. You know, it talked about lawlessness and talked about the fact that natives, legal immigrants, were in favor of deporting the illegal immigrants way back in the 1950s. And it seems to me the story is pretty much the same today. What are you thinking about this disaster at the border?
First of all, President Trump is right. We are going to have to deal with this, and the only legitimate way is you're going to have to send people home. What Joe Biden has done at the southern border is an abject disaster. In my view, it's a violation of federal law because our asylum laws were never designed for what Joe Biden has done. Congress, when they created asylum, never even contemplated that a president of the United States would just give everybody a court date knowing that only 5% of the people actually show up to the hearing. So I think we are going to have to come to grips with this. And I will add that I don't think this is going to be a Republican issue anymore because Democrats in New York, Chicago, and other cities are realizing the disastrous policy of being a sanctuary city or a sanctuary state when you have just open immigration with no checks and no boundaries whatsoever.
You know, Congressman, on that, our Hillary Vaughn, reporter Hillary Vaughn, was interviewing a bunch of Democratic House members, and they're all blaming Republicans. They're saying the problem is Republicans. And, I mean, to me, what? Republicans will not sanction illegal immigration. They want legal immigration. I mean, what is this blame Republicans malarkey?
I mean, that's all they can do. I mean, Democrats are good at that. They're good at blaming everybody for something instead of looking at their own stupid policies. And that's what's going on in our country, and everybody sees it. Their own voters see it, and they're fed up. The mayors of these blue cities, they see it, but they just won't call a spade and say that Joe Biden is the one that's done this to America. Look, at the end of the day, we're going to have to shut our borders down and close them. We are going to have to turn people away at the southern border because you cannot cross an illegal point of entry. That's actually federal law. And then the last piece is we're going to have to send people home. And if the Democrats don't understand that, then they are going to hurt the very people that they say they are advocating for in major cities all across America.
Now, Byron, one more thing. My heart is all aflutter at the rumors that you're going to run for governor of Florida. My heart is aflutter at that possibility. So I just thought I'd ask you about it because, you know, I'm emoting over this. I mean, this just could be a fabulous thing. What you thinking? You going to make a run?
Honestly, Larry, too soon to tell right now. I mean, people ask me about it at home throughout our state. They come up to me, they want to know what I'm going to do next. But right now, I'm just going to do my job. But am I thinking about it? I mean, of course. I mean, I think about things like that. Anybody would. I think that's just normal. But there's no real news right now. We got to figure out government funding, and we got to figure out how to get our border under control because Joe Biden's failed our country. And I'm focused on that, and I'm focused on the 2024 elections.
Well, okay. My heart is still going to be a flutter. I know it's early in the game, but... Yeah. I just can't help myself, you know, beep, 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 beep. That's what it is. Byron Donalds, thank you for coming on, checking in with us. We appreciate it very much, as always.
All right, thank you.
You betcha.